The Russo brothers. I'm sure you all are very familiar with those two gentlemen. Their Instagram and their Twitter has been pretty hot here lately. They have a couple of posts here. One I think that came out on Tuesday. Black background, yellow font, that said 7/19/19. The audio in the background was from San Diego Comic-Con a couple of years back with the unveiling of Infinity War footage. A couple days later, another tweet or post, black background, yellow font, said 11 a.m. This time it was the audio from the first season of Community, episode 2, by the way, of Troy and Abed singing La Biblioteca. I don't know what this means as far as the two posts together. It's probably Marvel related. It could be Community related. I hope it's the announcement of a 6th season, maybe even a movie. Or the Russo brothers could be teasing their next Marvel project. Who knows? Either way, this blurred is here for it. Blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks. This is DYSG episode 14. Hello, good morning, and good evening whenever you are listening. I am Nix. Welcome to Do You Speak Geek, the place where you can find all the latest and most hot geek news out there. This is episode 14. Thanks to all who have joined us on this episode. Thanks to all of the previous episode listeners and subscribers as well. Appreciate y'all help out there as far as subscribing and getting this channel known. Shout out to Spreaker, the host site of Do You Speak Geek. Go there, follow, subscribe to this podcast. And also, depending upon your device and how you listen to podcasts, whether it's a commute to work or whatever you do during your day, you can listen to this podcast, Do You Speak Geek, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, and now iHeartRadio. So be sure to check us out there and listen, subscribe, follow, like the podcast episodes. Also on social media, you can follow us there on Facebook at DYSG Media, Twitter at _ Do You Speak Geek, and Instagram at Do You Speak Geek. The YouTube channel is also live. It's where you can find Do You Speak Geek and also the Daddy and Dono Show. Daddy and Dono Show has a latest episode where we reviewed Spider-Man Far From Home. You can check that out and other videos. When you get there, be sure to subscribe, like the videos, Hulk smash that bell for all notifications, and leave comments. We would love to know what you guys think. Patreon page is also still live. $1 a month is all we're asking. And there you can find exclusive content. Exclusive content is still coming soon. If you guys have ideas of what you love to see or hear from exclusive content, let me know. I will definitely get that out there for you patrons out there. So, bills are paid. As always, let's speak geek. Alright, so the biggest news right now that I got is a preview of the upcoming 2019 San Diego Comic-Con. Yes. SDCC 19, baby. That's going to be happening in San Diego, California, July 17th and July 17th through July 21st. To me, we have a lot of panels that are going to be portrayed at San Diego Comic-Con, but we have some that are pretty anticipated. I'll go over those right now. It Chapter 2. I'm not a big fan of clowns. Everyone who knows that I just don't like them. I'm not afraid of them. I just don't like them. I don't care what anyone says out there. Family members, my wife, I'm not afraid. I just don't like them. Anyways, It Chapter 2. And that's going to be a panel. I'm looking forward to that one. I actually watched the first movie and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I love how they did break them up into two separate movies, and I think It Chapter 2 is going to be incredible. We also have the DC TV premieres. We have Batwoman, Pennyworth, and the Harley Quinn animated series, along with a brand new episode of Teen Titans Go. That'll also be at San Diego Comic-Con. Terminator Dark Fate has their own panel. I'm not sure what they're going to be bringing to the table, but it's Terminator and people still love it, so they're still putting movies out, and so they're going to put a panel at Comic-Con. So guys, enjoy that. Now, one that I'm looking forward to myself personally, again, I'm not going to be there, but I'm looking forward to it, is the Batman Beyond 20th Anniversary panel. We have the voice actors there who will be there. Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle will be there present. Maybe an announcement of something new. Who knows? Also, in related news, Batman is the inaugural inductee to the Comic-Con Museum's Character Hall of Fame. An honor that I think should have gone to Superman personally, but that's just me. Now, we also have the Marvel Games panel. They'll be talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Iron Man VR, as well as the Marvel's Avengers game. Things that I have questions about. What are the PS4 exclusives they mentioned at E3? Is Spider-Man 2 in development? And when it will be released? And also, what other games are coming from Marvel? Skybound presents In Conversation with Robert Kirkman. We mentioned this last episode. For the Walking Dead fans, this will be the first opportunity to see Kirkman speak publicly about his decision to suddenly end The Walking Dead and the effort that went into disguising the finale. So, if you're a big fan of the comic and you're going to be out at San Diego Comic-Con, this is your chance or opportunity to speak to Kirkman and find out why. Also, Marvel Studios will be there. As we all know, we always look forward to Marvel Studios being at the cons. Hopefully, they'll be outlining the next phase. Also giving us a glimpse of what they have coming. Maybe a Black Widow trailer. Some news on Black Panther 2. Doctor Strange 2. The Eternals. Also, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Shang-Chi. And whatever else they have cooking up at the House of Ideas there at Marvel Studios. The entire Star Trek universe. There's plenty of Star Trek goodness on the horizon, including the new season of Star Trek Discovery on the CBS All Access app. And also brand new shows like Star Trek Picard and the animated series Star Trek Lower Decks. If you all missed it, there's a beautiful poster of Picard with his dog that recently dropped, and I, for one, am not the biggest Star Trek fan, but I might tune into the Picard series. He's definitely my favorite captain of Starship Enterprise. The Gears of War Extended Universe. Gears of War fans should definitely check out this panel, which will focus on the upcoming Gears of War 5, as well as the franchise's various comic book and novel tie-ins. Also, if you're a Funko Pop collector, they have a new line of those toys coming out as well. Now, this one confuses me. There's a panel for Game of Thrones. This panel will bring together showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, director Miguel Sapochnik, and cast members like Nikolai Coulson-Waldau, Isaac Hempstead-Wright, Maisie Williams, and Jacob Anderson. Assuming the panel will be largely a retrospective on the finale, but we're hoping the creators may have something to reveal about the future of the franchise at HBO or various prequel series in development. Also, the Arrowverse has a panel, well, several panels rather, because there are several shows in the Arrowverse, dedicated to those fans. It may wind up spending the majority of their Saturday in Ballroom 20, as the CW will be hosting a block of panels devoted to their various DC shows. This block kicks off with Batwoman, along with a second screening of the pilot for anyone who missed it on that Wednesday. The Batwoman panel will be followed by panels for Arrow, Supergirl, Black Lightning, and The Flash, each of which will feature new footage of the upcoming seasons and Q&A sessions with the cast and crew. The Arrow panel may be worth prioritizing, as this is theoretically the last time we'll see these people together at Comic-Con.
Aww.
Yeah, I know. It's sad to see Arrow end, but, all good things must come to an end. But this is going to begin Source Wall. So for the first bit of Source Wall at DC's pull list, we have Superman 13, Superman Intergalactic Hero. A major chapter in the galaxy-spanning Unity saga begins as Superman reluctantly takes the lead in a quest for peace. A quest for peace. You'll get it. You have to get it. Bigger than he has ever tried before. It's Superman, Superboy, Supergirl, and a cast of thousands in a fight to keep the universe intact. Also, deadly plans, murderous schemes, and evil dealings are brewing. Each of Lex Luthor's offers means doom for the heroes. So why is Lex now talking to Lois Lane? The year the villain thing is really shaping up here. Also, Young Justice number 7. They're lost in the multiverse, and after the explosive conclusion to their Gem World adventure, the team is having a tough time finding their way back to Earth. And we can't tell you where they end up, but rest assured you will be surprised. But as exciting as all that is, we have bigger problems to deal with as Tim Drake is about to do something he has only done lots of times before. He is about to announce his new alias, a new superhero name, a Young Justice name, and this time it's permanent, like forever. The Event Leviathan number 2, The Detectives, the new miniseries by the award-winning team of Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev continues. The mysterious Leviathan continues to rock the very foundations of the DC universe, and the world's greatest detectives gather for the first time anywhere to solve this mystery before it's too late. Lois Lane leads Batman, Green Arrow, Plastic Man, Martian Manhunter, The Question, and a couple of genius guest sleuths in search for who Leviathan is and how their plans have already unfolded. The story also features Red Hood and Batgirl and more people. Jumping over to Marvel, now this one I did read. Wolverine and Captain America Weapon Plus number 1. I just wrapped that up before we shot the episode. The secret history behind their origins are revealed. In the 1940s, scientists attempted to make a man into the perfect weapon, a super soldier. Now you kind of all see where they're going with this. It's pretty much letting you know that the Rebirth, Project Rebirth, and Weapon X are more connected than they would seem, and all stems from this organization called Weapon Plus. Be sure to check that out. It also gives you some nods to who else could have been affected by this particular group. Also, we have War of the Realms Omega 1. The war is over, and the Marvel Universe must pick up the pieces. Midgard is broken, and as heroes of Asgard and Earth alike start to sift through those pieces, new heroes and villains emerge. What's next for Jane Foster? Thor's brother Loki, faced with a terrible fate in the War of the Realms, and now the god of mischief must make himself anew. As for the Punisher, the war isn't even close to being finished, but this time he's got his own army. And for Thor himself, Destiny has finally arrived. So check that one out as well. Also, for the first time ever, Susan Richards has her own book, The Invisible Woman number 1. She starts on her own limited series, and the secrets about her past are revealed therein that will shake readers' perceptions of the Invisible Woman forever. Years ago, she undertook an espionage mission for S.H.I.E.L.D., and now it's up to her to save her former partner from death at the hands of international terrorists. I never pegged Sue Storm Richards for a spy, but I guess we will see what happens in this book with number 1. Also in comics news, we have Marvel releasing an Absolute Carnage trailer. Now, Carnage is my guy. I love Carnage. It's going to have a huge effect on Marvel Comics universe, and Marvel is getting fans hyped up for it in a brand new trailer for the much anticipated series. And if you saw the trailer, you can see that artist Ryan Stegman is bringing his A game to the series, and writer Donny Cates will create a large ripple effect after all is said and done that will touch just about every Marvel character, especially since most of those characters have been tethered to a symbiote at some time or another. And I think that's the biggest thing, because I think Mr. Cassidy is going to try to murder anyone who has ever had a symbiote attached to them. In the biggest Venom storyline yet, the Lethal Protector's Sinister Spawn is on a mission to recover the codexes left behind inside every character that has ever bonded with a symbiote, so that he can summon the symbiote god Null. Venom will have to team with friends and foes alike in order to prevent Carnage from succeeding in his deadly plot. That's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed, and I am here for it. Also, John Carpenter joins DC Universe to co-write Joker, Year of the Villain. Now, if you're hearing me right, you know who John Carpenter is. This is the guy who did The Thing, Halloween, They Live. He's going to be joining with countless other cinematic classics, and he's going to join Anthony Birch, who's a writer of Borderlands 2, League of Legends, for DC's Year of the Villain number 1 for Joker. It's a one-shot that will feature art from Philip Tan and Mark Deering. I am here for that one, absolutely. I mean, you got a guy who has produced some of the greatest horror films of all time, and you're gonna let him loose on the Joker? Yeah, let's do it. I'm here for it. Let's make it happen. Let's put this out now. Let's jump into Watch This. Now, this story broke right before I recorded this episode. Lashana Lynch is set to portray 007 in Bond 25. The report from the Daily Mail indicates that Lashana Lynch's character in the film will be the new M16 agent who ultimately succeeds James Bond in the 007 mantle. This would make the actress who previously portrayed Maria Rambeau in Captain Marvel the first woman and person of color to take over the famous code name. Now, as a blurred myself, yes. As a matter of fact, hell yes. I'm here for this one. Yes, yes, and more yes. It was previously revealed that Bond 25 will see Craig's Bond come out of retirement after M calls on him to tackle a new global crisis. As a source revealed in the report, this is where Lynch's version of 007 will come into play. There's a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, "Come in, 007," and in walks Lashana, who is a black, beautiful, and a woman. It's a popcorn dropping moment. Bond is still Bond, but he's being replaced as 007 by this stunning woman. Bond, of course, is sexually attracted to her, what's new, and the new female 007 that he tries his usual seduction tricks, but is baffled when they don't work on a brilliant young black woman who basically rolls her eyes at him and has no interest in jumping into his bed. Well, certainly not at the beginning. We'll see what happens there. But as the producer Barbara Broccoli has said, Bond is male. He's a male character. He was written as a male, and I think he'll probably stay a male. And that's fine. We don't have to turn male characters into women. Let's just create more female characters and make the story that fits those female characters. Bond 25 is expected to debut on April 8th, 2020. I already gave y'all my feelings on that one, man. I'm here for that one. Let's just see what happens with this Bond movie. I'm not a big fan of the Bond franchise, but if this is the direction starting to go, it might be time for me to start becoming a fan. Mortal Kombat has cast the Raid actor as Sub-Zero. As reported by The Hollywood Reporter, my man Talisman is the first to close the deal on the upcoming Mortal Kombat movie. He will be portraying Sub-Zero, who has been around in the Mortal Kombat series since the very beginning. A strong rivalry has always been present between him and Scorpion. So it will be definitely interesting to see who they cast in that role. Now, as far as the Mortal Kombat film, it is currently being casting is being currently held in Australia, where it is also expected to film later on this year. The recent casting call put out by the team stated that they were not looking for extras at the time, but instead of speaking roles. With the expected release date of March 5th of 2021, the Mortal Kombat movie has quite some time before seeing the light of day. So far, great pick with the Sub-Zero. I loved him in Fast and Furious, and we'll see what happens when we go on forward from there. We also have Legend of White Dragon. Now, that was a trailer that dropped on YouTube. If you all are fans of Power Rangers, you'll love this one. It's a Kickstarter campaign, kind of a movie with JDF, as you all know, Jason David Frank. It's a Kickstarter with Bat in the Sun. Also stars Johnny Young Bosch, Jason Font, Sierra Hanna, Yoshi Sudarso, Christy Annie, and get this, also Jenna Frank.
Oh my God!
Yes, daughter of the greatest ranger ever. So, if you want to check the trailer out, go to YouTube, go to the Bat and Sun channel, check that out. And if you want to donate, go to Kickstarter.com and just search Kickstarter and search for Legend of White Dragon. Let's jump into Thumb Life. Thumb Life news. Nintendo has announced the Nintendo Switch Lite. Nintendo has officially announced the Nintendo Switch Lite to the long-rumored new model of the Nintendo Switch. The important difference between the two models, beyond some specific design iterations and color options, is that the Nintendo Switch Lite is a handheld-only console, meaning there is no dock to hook it up to, or a television or monitor. Another important distinction between the Lite and the regular Switch, no Joy-Cons. Rather than having detachable controllers, the new model largely looks like the form factor of the Wii U's gamepad, albeit smaller. You can watch the video announcing the new handheld only Switch, and you can see that on certain publications like IGN, YouTube, wherever you watch videos. In it, Nintendo describes it as a compact, lightweight, and easy to take with you on the go. The Switch Lite also features a 5.5-inch touch display and a traditional D-pad. It does not feature the IR camera or rumble functions of the Joy-Cons. The games that require motion controls will need Joy-Cons to function, and future packaging will indicate whether a video game can function in the handheld mode. The Switch Lite is scheduled to launch on September 20th for $199.99 and will be available in yellow, gray, and turquoise. A special Pokemon version of the new system will launch on the 8th in North America. Now, this is going to sound shocking to you all, but I only have PlayStation. I don't have Xbox or a Switch. Okay. I deserve that. Yeah, I claim to be a gamer, but I don't have a Switch. But I'm going to get one. And I may get one just for Marvel Ultimate Alliance. And I might want to get down for Smash too. But I think I may get this one just for me and my son to kick around. If we do get this Switch system, we may have an unboxing video for you guys. So stay close and stay tuned to see if we do that. Let's speak technically. Now, technically speaking, the Raspberry Pi 4 is a hit. The latest version of the Raspberry Pi kicks the specs up yet another notch and offering multiple versions with up to 4 gigabytes of RAM. But is it enough to work as a cheap little desktop PC? Personally, I think yes. Now, the Model B brings a noticeable spec bump from its predecessor, starting with its 1.5 gigahertz quad-core, 64-bit RAM Cortex A72 CPU. The Pi 3B Plus ran at a 1.4 gigahertz Cortex A53, which may seem like a negligible difference, but if you're only looking at the clock speed. But the Cortex A72 architecture is actually much faster than the Cortex A53, even at the same clock speed. So the Raspberry Pi Foundation says the Pi 4 CPU should be about 3 times as faster than the previous model. The Pi 4 also sports a 500 megahertz video core VI GPU and anywhere from 1 to 4 gigabytes of RAM depending upon the board you purchase. Now they have several pricing features from $35 up to $55. Now, I haven't been up on game. I've never seen these things before, but I've seen one now. And I might just pick this up, to have a little walking around in my pocket little PC with me at any given time. So, hey, it's one of those things that if you're one of those people on the go who just need to constantly have something with as far as their memory goes, or just keep data on them, whatever your need may be. It's a cute little thing. It's cheap. It works as a little desktop. I say get one. That about wraps things up, folks. Just to give you guys a heads up, next week we will have the regular episode 15, and also the following Monday we'll have a special episode covering strictly everything from San Diego Comic-Con 2019. As always, live to play to win, win to live. I speak geek. You speak geek.
This is Donald, the Daddy and Dino Show, and you're listening to Do You Speak Geek? Yasha!